your consistency right now for whatever it is going to determine what your life is like. We are going to have an amazing episode together. I have just sent my mum off on a little walk across the road. There is a beach there, so it's kind of nice. She is actually staying with me this week, and I needed to film my podcast, and she's got a little bit of a cough. So I've actually had to send her out of the house so that I can do this for you guys. But yeah, she's staying with me for the next week. I've just got back from my trip to Japan. It was amazing. It was actually my 39th country that I've been to, and the 21st country in the last 2.5 years. Looking back, it's incredible the amount of countries that I've been to, and I'm so excited to keep visiting more countries and keep visiting you guys. We did a meet and greet in Japan, and some of you guys came out and met me at the hotel, and I just absolutely loved hanging out with you. And next time we'll do a fit camp. So what we're going to talk about today is a little bit about, actually a lot of what it takes being consistent. So what it takes to become successful in anything in life is consistency. Consistency is a huge, huge part of being successful. And I'm gonna give you some really great tips to take away on how you can be consistent. Because people say, how do you stay motivated? How do you keep doing stuff? And I'm like, I know, it's not easy. However, I found a couple of tips that are going to be able to really help you, and things that I have also implemented in the past. So what I found with, being consistent is that people want to see results really, really fast. And they think that really fast is like 3 weeks, like 3 months. I'm telling you that there is a reason that not everybody gets amazing body results, financial results, healthy relationship results, is because they give up too early and they expect everything now. Or they expect everything to happen in the next week. Or they expect it to happen in the next couple of weeks. Gonna let you into a secret. Things take forever. Well, not forever, but a lot longer than you might first anticipate. And I'm gonna tell you that it's so worth it. So you don't want to start to have that image that it's gonna happen immediately, and if it doesn't happen after 2 weeks, then it's just not working, then I'm just gonna quit. Success comes from being consistent for a long period of time. And I'm a really impatient person. I want things right now. And sometimes I work with other people when we're building an app, or when right now we're in the middle of building a nutrition club. And I'm like, I want it to be done now. Where's the painter? Where's the plumber? Where's the app developer? Let's get this done. And I have to realize that it takes time for things to be built, for people to work together, and for things to happen. But I'm not just going to stop doing something because it's not happening fast enough for me. I've got to see the end vision. So let's start off first of all with something that I've become very passionate about, and it's some core values. Because I want us as a community to really unite and to feel excited about being part of this team, being part of this tribe, this organization, whatever you want to call it. Know that first of all, you are so valuable to this community, and what you bring is something very different to what somebody else can bring. And I want us all to connect on having the same set of core values. So a few things. I want us to commit to excellence, to commit to becoming the best version of yourself, and know that in this community, if you mess up, if you make a mistake, if you've made a mistake in the past, it does not matter. What matters is the core value of us getting better just 1% every single day. Wouldn't you agree that that is an amazing community to be part of? It's amazing to feel connected. It's amazing to feel like, oh, these people have got my back, and all I've got to do is strive for excellence and becoming 1% better each day. Do you think that you could agree with that? Do you think that you could be on board? I love that. Fantastic. So the next thing I want us to be group collaborative on is having a positive attitude. I hear so many people, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm just a negative person. Like, who says that? You're almost allowing that to consume your life. You're going off wanting to be negative, and you're wanting things to not happen for you. Collectively, one of our core values in this community is to be positive. I want you to agree that to be committed to this community, you are going to do your best to have a positive attitude, because a positive attitude gives back to other people. It gives energy. When you're not positive and you're maybe complaining about things that really in the grand scheme of things aren't that big of a deal, you are bringing other people's energy down. So let's agree that we are going to give positive energy and be collaborative on that. Having that team mentality, being part of a team, that's what we are. That's one of our core values. And then just to kind of finish off with that core values is no judgment. We're not a community that judges other people, that, turns their nose up. Like, that's not who we are. So if you are a type of person that, isn't judgmental, or you're prepared to change and not be judgmental, then we want you in our community, and that is what we are building. An amazing community full of people with the same core values, wanting to be just 1% better every day, feeling amazing, giving back to the world. Like, can you imagine like the type of organization and the type of team and community that we are already on the right path to if we just amped it a little bit more, and know that when you deliver those core values, it's going to make a difference in your life and the people around you. So let's talk a little bit about Penny is asleep. She is out cold. I'm just gonna lift her up, and she is just like a sack of potatoes, and whoop, down you go. She's kind of like gormless looking. Anyway, Penny is very consistent and being cute, aren't you, Penny? So a few things where I was consistent and I got results. Because you guys want to find about the results. Like, okay, if I'm going to be consistent, well, what am I going to get at the end of it? And how are you going to celebrate? That's what I want you guys to focus on. The core values, and how are you going to celebrate when you have become consistent at what you're doing and you're going to get those results. Like, I have in my head all of these like crazy scenarios of what's going to happen when I've become successful at something. It could be surprising my mum and dad somewhere. It could be like, taking Corey, to wherever country that he's like never even heard of. Like, okay, quick side note story. I told Corey that I wanted to visit all the countries in the world, and there was this one place that was like tiny, tiny, tiny on the map. I think it's called Naboo, and I don't think anybody really goes there, but I'm trying to convince him right now that we should try to find a way that we can get to this place called Naboo, because I wanted a challenge. I didn't just want to be able to get on a plane and like easily go to Japan, or just go to England. Like, that's too easy. So if you are on Corey's Facebook or Instagram, please try and convince him that it's a great idea to take Rebecca to Naboo, because I think we have to get like a boat, and then like a train, and then like another boat, and then like probably a raft to actually get to the island. So but when you're consistent on your journey, I'm sure that we'll get to Naboo. So Corey, if you're listening, that is my ultimate dream. Let's take ourselves to Naboo. Okay, so sidetrack there. Things I was consistent on. My nutrition plan. Okay. Everybody wants to get results. Everybody wants to feel better. They want to get toned. They want to lose weight. They want to gain weight. They want to get more energy. I was that person, and I thought that I was doing everything right. Until in 2013, I found a plan, I found a coach, I found a mentor that in 6 weeks, I dropped 6% body fat, I gained 5 pounds of lean muscle, and I gained so much energy. And for the first time in my life, my brain was like less fuzzy. Now, I don't know if you guys quite understand what that means, but in my mental clarity, I started to feel so much better because I had this vision, I had this coach that was getting me excited, and I saw results. And the reason I saw results was because my mentor and coach was incredibly strict. And he said that if I was to work with him, I needed to respect his time and I needed to follow the nutrition plan to the T. So I said, wow, this guy who is amazing and already was very successful as a coach and had helped many other people, I said, you know what? I'm gonna do everything you said. He says, because to be honest, guys, I was actually more scared of him not to do the right plan because I didn't want to go back in each week and get on the scales and not get a result, because I knew that he would be a little bit mad and he would think that I wasn't appreciating his time. So he taught me the power and the appreciation of a coach. And I stuck to that nutrition plan exactly how he told me to. And guess what happened? I was consistent. I didn't cheat. I did the plan exactly how he told me to. And down 6% body fat in 6 weeks. I lost 1% body fat every single week by being exactly on his plan. So that showed me, right, if I'm consistent with this, I'm gonna feel amazing. And it's been like 5.5 years since I've been on this plan, and I love how I feel every single day. So thanks to having a mentor and a coach, I was able to follow the plan because I had somebody keeping me accountable. And obviously we have nutrition plans on the website, so if you do need a coach or someone that's going to be like that and keep you on track, and most importantly get you those results, we have that on rebecca-louise.com. YouTube is another area I have been like ridiculously consistent. I have posted, this is kind of crazy, I have posted a new video every single week, either on a Sunday or a Monday. We've only just switched it to Monday, which used to be a Sunday, for the last 4 years. So 4 years in like 2 weeks. That's how long I've had my channel, and every single week I have posted a video, a workout. That's crazy. I've never missed a week. I can honestly tell you I've never missed a week. So after 4 years, the YouTube channel is right now at like 515,000 subscribers of me being super consistent. So you might think, wow, like 4 years you've been doing it, it should be at like millions of subscribers. It's not. That's just where it is. And I was obviously on that other YouTube channel that did like 3.2 million subscribers in like 18 months, and I had to start from scratch. I knew though that the consistency was gonna keep breeding more momentum and more development. So in the first year, I was doing like 20 subscribers a day, and now we're up to like 500, 600 subscribers a day. That just shows that when you're consistent, you're gonna start to get more momentum. But you can't miss a week, you can't miss a month, you can't miss a year. So proof there that consistency works. When I was learning how to fly an aeroplane, so I came to America, I can't even remember what year, it was like 8 years ago, to learn how to fly airplanes. And I wanted to get my commercial pilot's license. And I was able to do my personal pilot's license in 3 weeks. The reason I did it so quickly was because I was flying every single day. I didn't have a day off. If I had like an afternoon free, I was doing ground school, I was learning the practical, I was going over my flight plans, I was going over things. So I was super consistent for 3 weeks doing one thing. If I had gone once a week, it would have taken me months. Because what happens after a week of getting back into something, whether it's an aeroplane or whether it's even a job that maybe you haven't been at for a while, it takes your brain a while to remember what you did the week before. So if you are wanting to, really get something out and learn something fast, it's best to do it in a short period of time, because that consistency will compound. And your main focus and all of your energy is on that one thing. If you do like a little bit here and a bit over here, it's gonna take you so much longer to get there. It's the same if you're running a business and you need to go to an event. If you miss an event, then what's gonna happen? Your business is gonna be put back. And so really compounding, think of that image of compounding. More and more and more in like a short space of time is gonna get your brain going, and that momentum is gonna start to fly, because that consistency is gonna breed that success. And then lastly, a little thing about sports. Kind of same thing. I was playing a lot of field hockey, and I would have games at the weekend and I'd have practice 3 times a week. Think about an Olympic athlete. How often do they train? Every single day. NFL players, they don't have other side jobs. They are training all the time. So how you become excellent at something is by repetitive action and training on a daily basis. If you are looking to change your mindset, every day you want to do 20 to 30 minutes of listening to something that's going to grow your brain. So audiobooks, listening to these podcasts, you've got Les Brown, Tony Robbins, Lewis Howes, amazing people, amazing mentors that in the morning or in the afternoon when you're driving in your car, doing that daily. If you just listen to something powerful and positive like once a week or once a month, it's not gonna have the same impact on you. Compound equals the consistency, and you're gonna have much better results. So there's a few things where I wasn't consistent. Okay, so I've definitely had areas. Raise your hand, had an area where you weren't that consistent. 2 things that spring to mind is relationships. I have definitely not been a consistent, good human being or the best version of myself for my partner in past relationships. And that consistency of being not the best you will keep leading on to things going down in a downward spiral. So I know that when you're negative, or if you're in a friendship where you're just having that negativity, that consistency of being negative is going to make you more negative. Like, it's just whatever you're consistent at, it's going to keep on happening. Whether you're consistent at taking drugs and alcohol, well, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna be consistently around drugs and alcohol and that negative environment. So consistency works in both ways. Consistency can be the positive or it can be the negative. I love this one. This is where I was definitely not consistent. Languages at school. My biggest fear is talking in another language. Absolutely, like the dread of talking in another language. Sorry, there is a squirrel that has just come into my back garden, and I'm hoping Penny is asleep, because if she sees it, she's gonna go crazy. So I'm not gonna say her name. Anyway, back to this. Languages at school. My biggest fear ever is talking in another language. So I did German and French at school, and I cheated in my exams because I would copy my friend who was really good at languages. Then I got put in the top set. Oh my goodness, like what a nightmare. So what she used to do is under the table, she used to tap my knee if it was A, because it was like multiple choice, right? So A, B, C, D. She'd tap 1 for A, 2 for B, 3 for C, 4 for D. So there you go, people. I've just told you how you can cheat in school. So don't do that, or if you really don't like languages, then fine, whatever, do it. So she got me really great grades. So then I got put into the top set. I got put into a really good set, and obviously then I couldn't do any of it. So it completely backfired. So I was consistently cheating in my tests which did not help me. Okay, so I wasn't consistent in learning languages, so I was never able to learn another language. And so I just decided that wasn't something I wanted to be consistent in, and therefore I wasn't successful. So it works in both ways. So maybe ask yourself today, what are you being consistent at? Are you being consistent at sleeping in? Are you being consistent at reading a great book? Are you being consistent at doing your workouts? Are you not being consistent on having breakfast in the morning? So you have got to really get familiar with yourself on what are you being consistent at right now. Maybe it's that you are being consistent on not leaping out of your comfort zone and doing the job that you need to do. Or if you're trying to start a business, you're being consistent in procrastinating. Your consistency right now for whatever it is going to determine what your life is like. That is scary. So if your consistencies right now are not a good behavior, it is going to have an effect on what your future is. And you need to have a think about yourself. Like, what is it that you want to have in the future? If it's not what you're doing right now, you need to start changing those consistencies that you're starting to implement in your life. And then ask yourself, how will you celebrate? How will you celebrate when you have been consistent and you have been able to get where you want to be? That's so cool, right? So how and why to be consistent? First up, and you can write these down if you're driving right now, make a little note, maybe a voice note. You have to find what you really, really want. Because there is no way that you are going to be consistent at something you don't want. Now, this is where it gets tricky. The daily work you have to do to get to where you want to be, you might not enjoy that. That might not be something that you love. What you get after that is the thing that you love. So figure out why you want something, what it is that you want, and get to work. And know that you're not always going to love the little bits of the grind and doing the daily activity. The reason that you're doing it is to get what you want at the end. Does that make sense? So sometimes people go, oh, I really want this. And then they look at the work they have to do and they're like, yeah, I don't really want to do that. Well, your why has to be bigger than your why not. So if the why is like, well, I need to do it for my kids' college fund. I need to do it for my family. I want to have the successful business because I want people to look up to me. If those things are bigger than your why not, then you need to do the daily activity that can sometimes seem like a bit of a grind to get to where you want to be. Because where you want to be, it's not always going to be roses and rainbows. Okay, the daily grind isn't always going to be that amazing, oh, it's just so much fun doing all of this stuff. No, wake up. It's going to take the grit. It's going to take the grind, but the end of it, you're going to have exactly what it is that you wanted. Okay, so find out your why. And if you're not if you're not being consistent, it means that the why isn't really there. You need to figure out what your why is. Number 2, don't expect any results for at least 90 days of doing something every single day. 90 days. That doesn't mean 90 days and you have Saturday and Sunday off. It doesn't mean 90 days and like, oh, your daily task didn't get done, but it's 5:30, so we don't do it that day. I promise you, like, I know because I can see it. Like, I can see through. I can see it all, guys. Like, allow me to just share with you the vision of what I see for you right now. Like, if I was in your house, I would shake you. I'd be like, you can do this. You can do this. And I would be like, it's going to happen. But you have to keep going. You have to keep following the plan for at least 90 days. And that doesn't mean, oh, I'm gonna do like 5 minutes of homework for 90 days. It means like a substantial amount of work that you need to do for 90 days. That's it. 3 months. Your whole lifespan, right? If you could just put your hands in front of you and you just put your hands maybe a foot apart from each other, that's your lifespan. Now, what is the amount in the middle that is this 3-month period? It's freaking tiny. But this 90 days could set you up for the whole of the rest of your life. And you're not taking 90 days to do something. 90 days is no time at all. So think about your whole life and think about if you just did this one thing for 90 days, how the rest of your life would look. Crazy, right? It would be very, very different. Number 3, how would you celebrate? How would you celebrate going through that 90 days and starting to see results? How would you feel? Would you feel like, oh my goodness, I'm even more inspired to do more because I'm seeing results. My belief goes up. What happens when your belief goes up? The action goes up. What happens when the action goes up? You get more results. When the results go up, you get more belief. And then you have more action. And then you get more results. The belief goes up. It's this amazing, amazing cycle that's going to propel and grow your business when you're consistent. But it can also go the other way. You don't do anything, your belief goes down, so you don't have any results. And then you don't have any results, so you don't do any action, belief goes down. Which circle are you going to take? It is up to you. It is your decision. Nobody else is telling you what you can and can't do apart from your own brain. So just allow yourself to let go and start. Number 4, don't procrastinate. What are you waiting for? When you wait and you're trying to figure it out, you're doing 2 things. You're wasting time and you're wasting money. And you're also wasting impact, the impact you can have on someone else. You are never going to have it all figured out straight away. It's going to take 90 days of doing something consistently for you to even start to figure it out. And the only way you figure stuff out is by doing it. It's like the only way. How else can you do it? You can read stuff, you can watch YouTube videos. It doesn't matter. I'm telling you, it's about the action. It's about getting moving. It's about doing something daily. So don't procrastinate on going, oh, it's just not perfect yet. It's not ready. I don't know if I'm ready. Blah, blah, blah. Guys, that's just an excuse. That's just an excuse because you're not ready to get to work. Because if you really wanted something, you would be out there grinding and making it happen and figuring it out by doing it. So don't procrastinate. Number 5, you must have belief inside your core, like an insane amount of belief, almost thinking that you are insane that it's even going to happen, that this is possible, that it is going to happen. And how I want you to believe that is by looking around you. Look around at all the social proof that shows you that it is possible to have and be whoever you want to be. You are crazy and you are blind if you are thinking, oh, well, it's all right for them, but not for me. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. Oh my goodness, open your eyes, because the belief is in the people that have already done it. And you are not even giving credit to the people who have done it if you think that you can't. Because all they did was consistent. They found out why they wanted to do it. They didn't expect results straight away, and they didn't procrastinate. So you have to have the belief it's going to happen, because it is. Again, I'm going to run into your house right now and shake you and wake you up and say that this is so possible. Everything that you do, it's going to take place, and it's gonna make a difference when you are consistent. So borrow the vision from me or borrow the vision from somebody else that this is going to happen for you as long as you stay consistent and as long as you follow those other things. And lastly, let's see what I've written down here. Basically, I'm like, what are my notes saying? I want you to imagine, just close your eyes. I want you to imagine that every day you are being super productive on the work that you need to do to get to where you want to be. Close your eyes. I'm going to close my eyes too. What does that look like when you are in action? How do you feel when you're in action? Do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel proud of yourself? Do you feel motivated? Because the secret to motivation is action. That, my friend, is how you get motivated. By doing things. When you're in motion, when you're getting new clients, when you're, doing your homework and your grades are going up, and when you're going out for date nights and you're putting energy into your relationship and action because you're doing it, then you start to see the results because you're being consistent, and then you're more motivated. If you're trying to build a business right now, compare that to if you didn't put energy into a friendship. Would your friendship grow? Would you even have a friendship? No. So why do you think that not being consistent in your business is going to be any different? Think about that. Think about how you feel when you close your eyes, when you can see yourself running around and being this boss babe, and you're like, I got this going on, I got this, and I'm on all these calls and my business is blowing up and I got all these people that want to speak to me and my product is doing so well and I'm just loving life because you're in action. And what happens when you create that action every single day? Which is called what? Consistency. And when you keep doing that every single day, that consistency, that action is going to get you where you want to be. Not in one day, not in 1 week, not in 1 month. 90 days. And then guess what? You do another 90-day plan. And you keep going until you get to where you want to be. Those first few 90 days, I'm gonna let you into a secret. Not always that fun. As you start to pick up momentum, you start to grow your business, you start to get results, you start to see consistency, you start to see everything around you start to rise up. That's when it gets even more exciting. And so I encourage you guys to think about how you are gonna celebrate. And I wanna know. Go over to my Instagram, go over to the It Takes Grit Instagram and post on there how you're gonna feel or what you're gonna do to celebrate your success. Because you guys are so capable of doing anything because all of the knowledge is out there. The only thing that is missing is your belief, the hard work you're willing to put in, and if you're willing to follow the plan. If you're willing to follow the nutrition plan, if you're willing to follow the business plan, if you're willing to do the homework, if you're willing to go for that new job, whatever it is, you need to just get so connected and believe it's going to happen. Because I'm telling you, I can share with you so many different scenarios of why and how I've kept on going because I saw the vision, I saw the future, and now it's happening. And all you guys have got to do is be consistent. And there's gonna be days that suck. Ugh. You're like, ugh, what am I even doing this for? What the hell? And then you're gonna be like, oh my God, I just had a great day. This is amazing. I love what I do. And then the next day, oh, this isn't really working. That's what it's called. That's life. That's just the universe testing you to see how much you want it. So I can't wait to hear from some of your results from your 90-day plans. Send me DMs, screenshot this podcast and put it on your Instagram and at me, Rebecca-Louise Fitness on Instagram, or the It Takes Grit podcast Instagram, so I can see, like, I want to know what you guys are doing, like how you're doing with your schoolwork, with your business, with your personal life, like all of these areas. And I do have a very special coaching series that is coming that I've been so many people have asked me so many questions about how I've actually run my business, what to do, social media, email marketing, PR, personal development. I'm actually putting it into like an 8-10 week course. You're gonna get one-on-one help with me, group training, and so just watch out for that. It's gonna come very, very soon, and I'm really excited to share it with you because lots of you have been asking me these kind of questions, and I'm finally putting it all together on a kind of video system for you, so you're gonna have all that to look forward to. So thank you so much for joining me on today's podcast. Of course, leave me a nice review. If you didn't like it, don't leave me a review, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for joining me today. I hope you have a great week, you learned some great things, and you start to implement what you heard today.